So going back to the reporting, so now I'm going to talk about the tropical cyclones. And as you can see in the figure, the Philippines is located in the western part of the or western North Pacific. And it is important to highlight the location of the Philippines because in the WNP, one-third of the world's tropical cyclone developed. And also in 1951 to 2013, a total number of 1,220 tropical cyclones entered the Philippine area of responsibility. So in this figure, this shows the TC formation, yung mga plots, yan yung TC formation covering the period from 1951 to 2013. And ito, yung nasa second and third rectangle, yan yung Philippine Area of Responsibility. Guess you're all familiar with the parang shape nung, yan, hindi lang masyadong clear, pero yan yung blue na broken lines. So, this shows that 49% of tropical cyclones originated in the Western Pacific and 43% sa eastern part of the Philippine Area of Responsibility and 8% sa West Philippine Sea. Now, ito sa figure, it shows the exits covering the period from same period with the formation, 1951 to 2013. So, TC exits 14% sa West Philippine Sea, 27% mainland Asia, 22% from sa PAR itself, and 32% north towards Japan. Lastly, 5% Western Pacific Ocean. So, next is this graph shows the number of landfalling and non-landfalling TCs entering the PAR. But before that, there is an annual average of 19.4 TCs within the PAR and an annual average of 9 making landfall. So, in the graph, the months of July, August, and September, as highlighted in the orange rectangle, shows the greatest number of TCs in the PAR. And the blue triangle in the month of July, October, and November shows the number or has the greatest number of landfalling tropical cyclones. So, next is So, ito, in the figure, pinapakita lang dito yung mga total number of tropical cyclones sa 1951 to 2013 sa all over the country. So, the northeastern Philippines has the highest number of tropical cyclones, yung mga naka-shade na part, yung mga dark. And the southwestern Philippines has the least number with the few to none TC. So, yun, there are more solids or sa northeastern than the southwestern Philippines. So, next is so this figure shows the annual number of tropical cyclones and 5-year running mean period. So sa 1948 to 2010. And Pag-asa 2011 indicates that the annual frequency of tropical cyclone occurrence in the PAR as showing in time series reveals no indication of increasing trends. However, makita mo na the highest number per year is observed in 1993, which is 32, and the lowest is in 1998 and in 2010, which is 11. So, this figure naman shows the total number of tropical cyclones, including landfalling tropical cyclones as indicated, yung gray line, yan yung landfalling tropical cyclones, and the solid black is the total, and yung broken lines or dashed line, it shows the linear trend for the period 1951 to 2013. And this figure shows that there is no significant trend in the annual TC number, but there is a slightly decreasing trend in the number of tropical cyclones crossing the Philippines, especially in the last 20 years. So, next is this figure, which shows the number of TCs per decade plotted on a 1-by-1 grid from 1951 to 2010. Pero hindi masyadong clear, so they also provided yung tabular na data. So, here, pinapakita lang na there are no trends in the number of the low-intensity tropical cyclones, but typhoons have decreased in frequency, signaling that tropical cyclones entering the PAR were less intense during the period. So, bit of information lang din, sa nabasa ko, it highlighted that ENSO or specifically El Nino event affects the seasonal and yearly variation of TC frequency. So, for example, there can be shifts in the TC genesis location during El Nino or even La Nina years, farther to the southeast or kung El Nino and northwest kung La Nina of the climatological mean genesis point, leading to changes in the track, intensity, and lifetime of the tropical cyclones. So, more typhoon also cross the northern Philippines in La Nina years compared to El Nino years. So, this is how ENSO affected the seasonal and yearly variation of tropical cyclone frequency. And in terms of landfalling TCs, there is no trend during the 1948 to 2010 period, but there is a significant decreasing trend in the number of landfalling typhoons since the mid-1990s. So, sorry, I wasn't able to find the data for this, and yung nakasulat sa PDF is word file lang. So, yun lang siya. And lastly, it's the wind pattern. So, wala ding figure or tabular na mga data, but parang nag-conduct ng study, they were able to record or assess extreme wind observations at meteorological stations starting from 1948 to 1996. And the said data also included maximum wind speed observed in a given month during the whole period. And as they conducted the study, the data show large geographical variations in extreme winds, and the general trend indicates that the extreme winds are stronger in the northern and eastern parts of the country, which is true kasi yun din yung na-observe sa tropical cyclones this is in agreement with the general pattern of typhoon trajectories over the country. So that ends my presentation, and these are the references I got from the PDF and some yung sa mga additional. Thank you.